right, we got the Edwards, Jorgensen, Delahunt line on. On D, we got Miller and Coughlin. Jorgensen passes up the boards to Delahunt, held in at the line. Edwards supports out through center, across the Kempville blue line. Edwards in. Oh, off the crossbar. And Kempville clears it. Back to Eloise. Dumps it into the Kempville zone. Rangers start changing forwards. Gooch and Couturier hop on the ice. And we have an icing. Face off back in Kempville zone, 0-0. 6:52 remaining in the first period. We've got Moreland and Holmes on D. Puck goes into Temple's corner, in behind the net. It's put up the boards. Stevenson in to cut it off, but up to the line and out. Everly Moreland fires it back in, and Kempville's back to break it out. I believe this is the first time these two teams have played each other. At least that I can recall. Kempville brings the puck. Shoots it out. We got the Brown Bradley Thompson light on. Thompson holds it in at the line. Into the circle with a shot. Bradley with the rebound. Puts it wide into the Kempville corner. Kempville tries to break it out, but Coughlin battles, and it squirts out to center ice. Legault Hopkins up to Brown. Brown shot in just wide. Thompson puts it back out front. Loose. Kempville clears it. Kanata puts it back in. Brown chases down the puck in the corner. Has a look. Loses it, rolls off her stick. Bradley into support. Battle ensues in the corner. Kempville comes up with it. Behind their net. Up the boards. And out of the Kempville zone. Kempville skates up over the center ice. Into Kanata's zone. Down into Kanata's corner. Holmes battles. Pucks at the side of the net. We've got the Edwards, Delahunt, Jorgensen line on. Puck comes up Jorgensen's wing, but she misses it. Shot back in behind Kanata's net. Edwards deep in her zone. Miller puts it to the point. Shot in by Kempville, but wide of the net. Holmes puts it up to Jorgensen. Jorgensen on the wing, up to the center to Edwards. Out there, up to the Kempville line. Delahunt has it on the boards. She's pressured by 4 Kempville Storm, and they manage to get it out. Puck shot into Kanata's zone. Legault Hopkins back to retrieve. Has a look. Puts it up. Stevenson loses the footing. Battle ensues on the board. Puck comes loose to Kempville player. They pass it up. And offside at the Kanata blue line. 3:30 remaining in the first, 0-0. We welcome all you viewers tuning in. Here comes Kanata over the Kempville line. Couturier. Puck just knocked off her stick. Puck stays in the Kempville zone. Kempville clears. They go Hopkins back up the boards. Gooch battles inside the Kempville line. That puck squirts out again. We've got the Brown-Bradley line coming on. Brown battles for the puck inside the line. Into the slot. A shot and a goal. 1-0 Rangers. Avery Brown, I believe, unassisted. One nothing Rangers. On D, we've got Coughlin and Miller. And Thompson, Brown, and Bradley up front. Puck's out at center ice. Shot into Kempville's zone. Bradley pressures, but Kempville comes over the line. Anderson out through center ice for Kempville. Puck's knocked off her stick by Miller. Miller carries the puck, slams on the brakes, tries to reverse up the boards. And Bradley. Kempville holds it in. Miller in behind the net. Puts it up the boards, the other to the left wing. Kempville with a shot, deflected wide by Coughlin. Coughlin puts it up the boards, deflected on net. Miller has it, up to her winger. Kanata clears the zone. Kanata starts a line change. Edwards, Jorgensen, Delahunt line comes on. Battle just outside the Kempville line. 1.5 minutes remaining in the first. Puck out at center ice. Jorgensen chases it down. And offside at the Kanata blue line. On D, we have Holmes and Moreland. And the Edwards line up front. Moreland puts it back out. Jorgensen chases it down. Puck's loose just outside the Kempville line. Edwards puts it in. Kempville tries to clear. They bring it out to center ice. Delahunt puts it up. Jorgensen has the puck just inside the Kempville line. Cuts to the outside with a shot. A save. And face-off will be to the right of the Kempville goal. Couturier, Gooch, and Stevenson up front for Kanata. Coughlin and Lego Hopkins on D. .30 seconds left in the first period, 1-0 Rangers. Couturier in to stop the puck. Lego Hopkins holds the line, puts it in deep. Kempville smacks it up the boards. They start to break out. Coughlin holds it in. And puck comes out into center ice. And that's going to do it for the first. To start the second, we got the Brown line on. Thompson and Bradley on the wings. On D, Holmes and Miller. Puck's put into the Kempville zone. Thompson down the wing. Shoots it on net. Loose. Puck skirts behind the net. Back out front. Brown whacks at it. Just goes wide. Kempville comes up the boards. Brown cuts her off. Holmes supports. But the puck's cleared in center ice. Miller dumps it back in. And the Rangers pursue. Brown pressures. Miller holds the line, puts it in. Bradley has it, winds. It's fired, but blocked by the Kempville D. Kempville tries to put up the other side of the boards. And they get it out. Miller back to pick it up in the Kanata zone. Turns it. And to the line, but held in. Holmes supports and back behind the Rangers net. And Edwards lost an edge, but she's okay. One nothing Rangers. If you're just joining us. Delayed offside. Rangers have to clear the zone. We've got Jorgensen, Edwards, Delahunt on forward. Holmes and Legault Hopkins on D. Edwards has the puck, has a look and goes cross ice to Delahunt. Kempville sends it up the boards. It's a 2-on-1 developing. Shot towards the net and a save by Alyssa Charlin. I believe that might be the highest scoring chance for Kempville so far in this game. Gooch on the draw. Puck comes back to Kanata's D. Held in by Kempville. Moreland puts it up. Couturier back over center. Pressures the Kempville player. Shot into Kempville zone. The goalie clears it to the side. Gooch got her stick into the feet of the Kempville player, and looks like we got a delayed penalty against Kempville or Kanata coming up. As soon as Kanata touches it. So with 7:21 remaining in the second period, Kanata's going to go on the penalty kill. Sellout crowd here tonight at Bell Centennial Arena. Brown out for the draw. I think the timekeeper accidentally hit the buzzer, so the puck will be dropped again. Miller and Coughlin on D. And Bradley and Brown up front. In the Rangers' corner, Coughlin puts it up the boards. Held in by Kempville. She gets the puck back again. Brown goes into the corner to support. Bradley joins the party. Puck's put in front and goes into the other corner. Back up the boards. Held in by Kempville. Kempville on the wing with a shot. Just wide. Brown has the puck in Kanata's zone. And she's going to clear it out to center. Avery Brown chases the puck. Battles. Bradley supports and puts the puck deep. Rangers change the forwards. Or at least one of them. Holmes on D. Good stick check. Keeps the Kempville player to the outside. Edwards back behind her net, rims it around. Kemple there to hold it in. And Holmes cuts off the shot. Edwards supports and delayed offside, and that's face-off will be just outside the Kanata line. 5:57 left in the second. 36 seconds left in the tripping minor to Gooch. Delahunt and Jorgensen on forward for the penalty kill. Tegan Delahunt chases down the puck inside the Kemple zone. Jorgensen supports into the corner. Jorgensen battles. Tries to throw it up front, but it's cut off by Kemple. Kemple D skates it up over her blue line to center ice. Jorgensen back checks and clears the zone. Shot in and a save by Alyssa Charlin. Holmes picks up the puck, but it's cut off by Kemple. 2 seconds left in the PK. Delahunt puts it up the boards and back to even strength. Holmes uses the boards to pass it up to Gooch. Gooch in fresh legs off the bench. Over the blue line, shot towards the net, but it's just wide. Jorgensen back in the corner. Battles. A 4-on-1. Kemple clears the zone. Kemple puts it into the Kanata zone. Holmes chases it down. She puts it up the boards, but there's no winger on to receive. Off the post and wide. In the Kanata end, Kemple has a shot. Wide by a foot. Couturier puts it out, clears the zone. Shot back in. Holmes has it in her feet. Puts it up for the winger. A little bit of a battle at the blue line, but puck comes out. Moreland back to pick it up. Into Couturier's feet. Puck bounces in front. Cleared to the line, but held in by Kemple. Kemple puts it in. Into the slot. Puck's in Holmes' feet. Saved by Charlin. Stevenson has it. Carries it. Puts it off the boards and into the Kemple zone. And delayed icing. Ice faceoff will come back to Kanata's zone. 3:33 remaining in the second period. Up front, we got the Bradley, Brown, and Thompson line on. Coughlin and Legault Hopkins on D. Brown picks it up, but it's knocked off her stick. Legault Hopkins puts it up the boards. Brown off the boards to herself. Thompson skates after it, in across the Kemple line. Thompson into the slot with a shot. Saved by the goalie. At the Kemple line, cleared into the center ice. Coughlin back, shoots it back up to Thompson. Thompson puts it up the wall, or Kemple puts it up the wall. Thompson battles. Kemple shoots it back into Kanata's zone. Callie Legault Hopkins has a look. Hits a skate, held in at the line. She gets it back, passes it back up to Thompson. Thompson has the puck across the red line, across the blue line, across the ringette line. Shot on net, save. And puck was almost covered, but cleared to Kemple's blue line and they get it out. Shot back in from center ice on Alicia Charlin and she'll cover it for a whistle. 2:08 left in the second period. Edwards, Jorgensen, Delahunt line on for Kanata. Holmes and Miller on D. Holmes back to Miller. Puck's put in behind Kanata's net. Edwards back to retrieve. Sets it up the boards. Holmes supports, back up to Edwards. Edwards at the line, up to Delahunt. Delahunt in stride. Delahunt over the Kempville blue line. He battles towards the net, gets a shot in, a goal! 2-0 Kanata. 1:45 left in the second period. Nice goal by Delahunt on the backhand. Gooch on the draw with Couturier and Stevenson on the wings up front. Couturier, puck at the Kempville blue line. Gooch picks it back up. Over the blue line, shot on net, just wide. Couturier into the left wing. Battle on the boards. Holmes bobbles the puck into the slot. Stevenson with a shot, but it's deflected into the corner. Kempville has it in the puck, bounces around in their feet. Out over Kempville's line. Holmes holds the puck at center. Gooch puts it in. Couturier skates after it. And it's back at center. Puck's put ahead by Kempville. Miller. And 42 seconds. Alyssa Charlin covers for face-off in Kanata's zone.
How is it moving?
42 seconds left in the second. 2-0 Rangers. We got the Brown, Bradley, Thompson line on. Thompson. Legault Hopkins puts it up the boards to Bradley. Bradley up to center ice. Thompson skating after it. Brown heads to the net. Thompson throws it out front. Puck gets deflected to the blue line. Legault Hopkins. He gets checked at the blue line and puts it into the corner. 10 seconds left. Kempville has the puck. Passes it up to center. Cut off by Moreland and fired back into Kempville's zone. And that's going to do it for the second. 2-0 Rangers. To start the third, we got the Edwards, Jorgensen, Delahunt line up front. Coughlin and Miller on D. Draw comes back to Coughlin. She fires it up to center ice. Delahunt chases it down. Jorgensen has it inside the Kempville line. Puts it into the corner. She's checked from behind. Falls down. Puck comes to the side of the net. Put into the opposite corner. Delahunt puts it out front. Puck comes to the line. Coughlin steps in. Puts it on, but Kempville clears the zone. Edwards puts it out over the Kanata line. Jorgensen picks it up. Puts it out to center. Onto a Kempville stick. So the puck goes back and forth. Elliot Gooch, cross ice. Couturier has the puck. Gently puts it in over the blue line. Kempville picks it up. 3-on-2 developing. But Kanata back checks and negates the pressure. Deep in Kanata's zone. Couturier puts it up the boards, but held in at the line. Coughlin back behind her net. Sends it up the boards. Number 14 for Kempville shoots it. Into the slot. Puck's loose. Comes free to Couturier. Couturier skates ahead with it. Puts it in on net. And frozen for a whistle by the Kempville goalie. 10:01 remaining in the third. Up front, we got the Brown, Thompson, Bradley line. Holmes and Moreland on D. Hard to read some of their names with the long hair. Puck's in front of Kempville's zone. Out over center. Holmes bats it. Up into center ice. Bradley. The stick check. She puts it up the boards. Kempville cross ice. Goes around. Puck's thrown towards the net, but wide. Brown picks it up. Skates up with it. Brown. Stick check just inside Kanata's line. Holmes puts it up, but Kempville D steps up and whacks it back. Moreland across Kempville's line. Puck's deflected into the corner. Edwards, fresh legs, Delahunt. Edwards knocks the puck in behind Kempville's net. Chases it down. Thrown out front. Jorgensen can't quite come up with it. Edwards, shot on net, off the post and in. Edwards with the goal. 3-0 Rangers. Looked like the puck hit the post, off the goalie and in. 8:32 remaining in the third. Rangers lead. Coughlin and Legault Hopkins on D. Edwards skates across Kempville's line. Deep into Kempville's zone. Battled in the corner. Puck comes behind Kempville's zone. Kempville's net. Legault Hopkins pinches, holds the line. Battle inside the Kempville line, over to Jorgensen. Puts it towards net, but it's cut off by the Kempville D. Coughlin, nice job keeping the puck in. Momentarily. And shot back into Kempville's zone. Kempville break it up. They pass across ice, in across Kanata's line. Coughlin down into Kanata's end. Puts up the boards, but it's cut off by a Kempville player. Up on forward, we have Couturier, Gooch, and Stevenson on now. Puck to the line, held in by Kempville. Put down the boards. Coughlin back to pick it up. Puts it over to Stevenson. Stevenson picks it up. Shoots it off the boards. But it's held in. And Gooch manages to support and clear it. But a little too far. That was icing. Our digital scorekeeper is behind by 1 goal. Up front, we got the Brown, Thompson, and Bradley line. On D, Holmes and Miller. Puck comes to the line, shot towards Kanata's net, but wide. Into the corner. Holmes up the boards. Thompson clears. Looks like this is going to hit the net. So no icing. That's one way to break out. Brown has the puck down at the Zamboni doors. She pursues. Thompson holds it in, but it's blocked. Miller supports. Brown, puck's loose in behind the net. Brown over to Bradley. Kempville clears it to the line, held in by Miller. Miller puts it towards the net. Thompson shoots it on net. Loose. Bradley misses. Brown misses. Back to Miller on D. Miller puts it in. Bradley supports on the wall. Throws it out front, but it's cut off by Kempville. And they clear the zone. Thompson has the puck just inside Kempville line, but they managed to get it out. Holmes puts it back in. Edwards chases it down, puts it across. Jorgensen chases after it. Puck comes to the line and Moreland shoots it back in. Edwards picks it up at center. Dullahunt throws it towards the net. Right onto a Kempville stick, so they clear the zone. Jorgensen puts it deep. Tegan Dullahunt chases it down. Holds her position on the boards. And pucks out to center. 4:45 remaining in the third. Rangers start a change on forward. And back to pick it up is Moreland. Moreland out to Gooch. Delia Gooch across the blue line. Shoots it towards the net. Deflected just wide. Bounces off the boards. And frozen for a whistle. 3-0 Rangers. Thanks for tuning in. Kempville, breakaway. Breakaway for Kempville. Alyssa Charlin, save. Nice pad save. The goal Hopkins up the boards. Thompson or Stevenson clears the zone. Battle on the boards. The goal Hopkins picks it up, passes it ahead. Couturier chases it down. Picked up by Kempville, and they come out to center ice. Avery Brown, fresh legs. Bradley and Thompson on the wing. Coughlin and Miller back on D. Thompson head over to Bradley. Bradley puts it in deep. In behind Kempville's zone, in their net. To the line and held in by Coughlin momentarily. And puck just comes out and they're gonna blow it for a offside. Kanata changes lines up front. Jorgensen, Edwards, and Dullahunt come on. Jorgensen knocks it in over Kempville's line. Coughlin puts it in deep. Edwards chases her opponent down. Picks it up on the boards, throws it out front. And comes out over the Kempville line. Lily chases it down. And back into the Rangers' end. Miller has a look. Puts it out. But misses the forward. So icing will face off will come back in Kanata zone. .2:13 remaining in the third. 3-0 Rangers lead. Holmes up to Moreland. Stevenson supports on the far wing. Stevenson's playing the off wing tonight. Into center ice. Kempville crosses Kanata's blue line. Put in behind Kanata's net. Gooch picks it up on the boards. But it's held in. Supported by Moreland. Moreland to Stevenson. Into the Kempville zone. Minute and a half remaining. Kempville has it inside their zone. Callie Legault Hopkins with the puck. Puts it up the boards. Up to Stevenson. Stevenson down the wing. Stevenson comes down the wall. The last minute of play in the third period. Brown chases the puck. Puts it back to her D. Coughlin holds it. But Kempville checks her and it comes out over the blue line. Miller puts it up. Bradley just can't quite connect with it. She chases it down. Kendall Bradley with it on the boards. Puts it out at the Kempville blue line. Comes out. Kanata clears the zone. Avery Brown picks it up. 10 seconds. Thompson cuts off the breakout. Puts it across up the wing. And Miller holds the line, and that's it. 3-0 Rangers. Stay tuned for Sportsnet.